What's happening? Thanks for joining me. I'm Chris. I am real excited today because this is a beer I've been looking forward to for a long time. Ever since I heard it was even like a possibility. I didn't even know if I'd be able to get my hands on it. But this is the Bourbon County brand, not stout, but barley wine. Um, this is a barley wine, been aged in barrels that has been used to age, obviously, bourbon, and then it has been used for the Bourbon County Stout. So this is its third use. Um, it comes in at 12.1% alcohol by volume. And a big thanks to my friend Jim for sending it out to me because it's not something I was finding anywhere near me. Even my store hasn't even gotten the regular Bourbon County Stout yet. And New Hampshire's not seeing any of the variations. So this is going to be a big treat. I'm really looking forward to this. So big thanks, Jim. Thanks. Let's get into it. I know Goose Island has in the past had, was it the King Henry, I believe, which was their barley wine that was aged in the Pappy Van Winkle barrels, which I never got to try, but I've heard nothing but outstanding things about. So maybe someday I'll get around to a bottle, but until then, we're going to be checking this out. So it pours a really, holding it up to the light here, really dark brown. Muddy, you can't see through it except for the edges. And it had a thin cocoa brown head, which has pretty much dissipated into nothing on the top, which you might expect for a barley wine that's been aged at, over 12%. This is an English style, so it's going to be more on the malty side than the hoppy side. So I'm expecting that darker body. I think with a lot of the American ones, where you're getting a lot more hop presence, you tend to get a light, more chestnut, kind of dark honey kind of a color. But you're definitely getting the dark brown, almost looking like a porter kind of a look to it. Real nice. Let's see what we got for a nose. Ooh, lots of vanilla, lots of raisiny kind of notes, plums. There's a little bit of that coconut, some vanilla. A little bit of the wood, some of that bourbon. It's definitely a really great smelling beer. Yeah, really nice. Let's get into the taste. I've been waiting for this for a while. Cheers. And cheers to you, Moo Moo. Great dog. You're a good boy. Oh, wow. Some of those big classic Bourbon County kind of notes. I'm definitely tasting a little bit of the the Bourbon County presence, the stout from the barrel. Still getting that in there. There's a really big and viscous. There's definitely a dark fruit component to it. There's almost there's like a sweetness to it. You're getting a little bit of the bourbon. The bourbon's not a big player in this one right now, surprisingly. There's a little coconut. There's definitely a lot of rich malt, some caramel. It's a really interesting beer. Surprisingly, this one almost drinks a little bit more like a stout than a barley wine. It's really on the heavier side. It's got a real heavy, viscous mouthfeel. The carbonation is very similar to the Bourbon County Stout. It's rather thin. It's definitely there. It's not flat by any means, but just a really interesting tasting barley wine. So overall, this is a really great tasting barley wine. I'm really excited to have gotten this. I have 3 more bottles, which I'm gonna age some of them. I really want to see how this turns out. Right now, I'm really getting a lot of that stout kind of character. There's a real lot of rich roasted malt in there. Like those classic Bourbon County stout flavors. But still there's an underlying sweetness. You're definitely getting like the caramel, the toffee, a little bit of that, the coconut complexity in there, the sweetness you're getting, the barrel, a little bit of the bourbon. It's blended very nicely, and I'm really excited to see how this one ages out. As you know, with all the Bourbon County products that I've experienced, age has definitely done nothing but great things for these. So I look forward to trying this one in the future. So I hope you're enjoying something as well. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of the rest of this, and see you next time. Cheers.